Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffi Forrester Finnegan unveiled her retired ace to Ridge Forrester. With enthusiasm, Steffi raved about the infectious charm of Daphne Rose, claiming that no man could conceivably repel her appeal. Daphne's departure coincided impeccably with John Finnegan's appearance in the driveway. This could set the stage for an interesting hassle between Daphne and Ridge. Steffi has cooked a strategy to undo Carter Walton's recent conduct, enlisting the help of her friend from Paris, the famed perfumer Daphne Rose. Originally, it appeared that Daphne's part would be to gather information and maybe win over Carter's confidence. Still, Steffi soon revealed the alternate phase of their plan. Daphne is also anticipated to get close to Carter. Both Steffi and Daphne believe this task will be a walk in the domain, but as Daphne assists Steffi in LA, one must wonder, can she truly be trusted? Daphne and Steffi were deep in discussion about the preemption at the Precipice house when Daphne decided it was time to leave, slipping into her auto just as Finn arrived. Curious, Finn inquired about the departing vehicle as he pulled into the driveway. It struck Steffi as peculiar since she had prompted Daphne to loiter a bit longer to meet her hubby. Maybe there's further to that request than meets the eye. Forthcoming spoilers allude that Steffi will introduce Daphne to Ridge. Steffi's happy seeing Ridge moving on from Brooke Logan. It seems he's reigniting his love with Taylor Hayes, but if Daphne truly possesses an infectious charm, Ridge might just find himself charmed by the alluring Parisian incense queen. Steffi would be hugely devastated if her friend tried to endoil Ridge, later he's her father, and fully out limits. Still, Daphne seems like the kind of girl who disregards boundaries when she desires commodity. She goes after it without vacillation. Still, they could end up participating some amorous hassles. The script might impel Taylor and Brooke to join forces against Daphne, if Ridge becomes infatuated with Daphne. Steffi could also get involved, considering she's the bone who brought Daphne to Los Angeles in the first place. Taking it further, imagine if Daphne decided to pursue both Ridge and Carter. This twist could rally Hope Logan to team up with Steffi, Taylor, and Brooke to baffle Daphne's advances. It would be refreshing to see these adversaries unite against a trouble. Steffi Forrester will head back to the office and act like she's ready to hit the ground running when it comes to making Forrester the stylish it can be. Nonetheless, Hope Logan will remain on edge over Steffi's unforeseen change of heart and ulterior motives. Despite Steffi's attempt to vend Hope on the idea of working in harmony, Hope will quiz her and feel like there's further to her docket. Meanwhile, Taylor Hayes will enjoy a little further cling time with Ridge Forrester, but it won't be long until she's forced to deal with Brooke Logan's wrath. Brooke will rip into Taylor for jumping at the chance to get back together with Ridge, but Taylor may argue that Brooke's the bone who drove him down. Although Brooke tried to explain her study process when it came to accepting the CEO position, Ridge doesn't agree with how she handled effects and still feels betrayed. Of course, Brooke feels enough betrayed as well, considering how presto Ridge turned to Taylor. Brooke shoved Taylor lately on her way out the door, but she'll launch a real battle with her on Friday's B&B occasion. Taylor and Brooke are gearing up for a major showdown that's sure to get explosive on both sides. Speaking of explosive showdowns, one is coming up for Lee Finnegan and Poppy Nozawa as well. Lee just showed Poppy the evidence that Tom Starr is not Luna Nozawa's father and suggested they both knew who Luna's pater truly was. Lee will charge Poppy of having a fling with Jack Finnegan that redounded in her gestation all those times agone. Will Poppy break down and confess that Lee is right? It's clearly possible that Jack is Luna's father since all signs point to them covering up an old affair. Jack surely has affection for Poppy and is a known cheater, considering what happened with Sheila Sharp. Still, the show's also dropped enough hints to potentially reveal that Poppy hooked up with John Finnegan around the time of Luna's generality. Still, also it makes sense for Poppy to lie and say it was Jack now that Lee's backed her into this corner, if Finn is Luna's biopater. Whatever the case, Poppy will probably admit Jack is Luna's biopater. So we'll see if that's the full story or not. Poppy and Lee sweepstakes will bring some tough feelings, so stick with us for further prognostications on the coming chapter and updates on any other maternity news. Lee Finnegan learns Tom Starr is Aunt Luna Nozawa's father. Meanwhile, Daphne Rose plans to get between Hope Logan and Carter Walton. At the Spencer manse, Will Spencer is talking to Bill Spencer. Will asks for Bill's help in recalling Electra Forrester's deepfake prints from the internet. Bill has a name of someone that can help. When Bill asks if there's anything differently, Will brings up that his pater is trying to get relief of him. Luna Nozawa watches and listens from upstairs. Bill tells Will that he's involved with a sensitive deal. Will knows his father well enough to know it's about Luna. When Luna hears her name, she smiles and listens near. Bill skirmishes off Will's questions and enterprises. Will lets it go for now, but tells Bill that working from home is a red flag that commodity big is going on. Before Will leaves, he tells Bill that he's glad Luna is and his family. After Will leaves, Luna approaches Bill. Luna asks how Will would feel if he knew about their arrangement. Bill just says that Will is a good sprat. At the sanitarium, Lee calls Penelope Poppy Nozawa and process her. Poppy enters and is affrighted to see Tom's liver. Poppy asks what the organ is doing in Lee's office and nearly pukes. Lee confronts Poppy about her knowing each along that Bill was Aunt Luna's father. Poppy does Aunt know why it matters now. Poppy gets worried and says she knows she's an awful mama. What more does Lee want? Poppy asks. Lee wants the verity. The sisters dispute back and forth. Lee says that she not only has Tom's liver but Luna's DNA sample. Lee explains they both know that Tom was Aunt Luna's father. When Lee says they know who that person really is, Poppy covers her mouth and gasps in shock. Carter and Hope are still at the office. Hope suggests they be careful with Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Hope reminds Carter that Steffi played a huge part in the poisonous work terrain that they're working to change. Hope thinks Steffi just wants what's stylish for the Forresters, not inescapably Forrester creations. Carter understands why Hope is doubtful. Carter and Hope ultimately agree to do with caution. Carter ponders Steffi coming around. Hope mentions that Steffi no way gives up a fight. Carter says, keep your musketeers near. Hope homestretches, keep your adversaries closer. Still, Carter doesn't want adversaries with the Forresters. At some point, Carter would like Ridge Forrester and Eric Forrester to come back. As Carter and Hope get near, they kiss and change the L word. At the Forrester estate, Steffi addresses to Ridge and Eric about manipulating Carter and Hope. Ridge beams with pride. After Eric leaves, Steffi promises to do right by her namesake as she gapes at Stephanie Forrester's print. There's a knock at the door. Daphne arrives and meets Ridge. Daphne sniffs Ridge and addresses about his mannish scent. As they talk, Ridge finds Daphne relatively perceptive. Steffi explains that Daphne is creating a scent for Forrester Creations. As they talk about the changes since the preemption, Daphne declares it's a travesty. Steffi calls Daphne her secret armament. Steffi announces that no man can say no to Daphne. Not indeed Carter. Lee Finnegan eventually gets the security she needs. Lee confronts Penelope Poppy Nozawa about her maternity taradiddle. Could this change everything for Luna Nozawa? Also, Steffi Forrester Finnegan brings her secret armament to the Forrester estate. This is when Ridge Forrester eventually meets Daphne Rose. Lee is determined to find out the verity. Lee was supporting Poppy after Luna's concession. Still, effects have been tense each over again between the sisters. Lee asked for Tom Starr's liver. After getting it as well as Luna's DNA sample, April asked what Lee was doing. Lee said she was looking for answers to a question for times. Lee gets the answers that she needs and uses it to defy Poppy. Lee is used to Poppy lying and covering up her sins. So, when Lee brings evidence, Poppy wouldn't be suitable to deny it any longer. It seems that Jack Finnegan is Luna's real father, not Tom. While Lee is defying Poppy, Luna is hiding at Bill Spencer's house. Luna will catch on Bill's private discussion with Will Spencer. Will Luna learn some precious information? It seems Luna is getting really wearied and restless, so she could plan an escape soon. Steffi takes Daphne to the Forrester estate. It's teased that Steffi will introduce Daphne to Ridge. When Ridge meets Daphne, it'll give Steffi a chance to explain her big plan. Will Ridge feel confident that this plan will work, or could get a bad feeling? Hope Logan and Carter Walton to figure out what comes next. Steffi was given a job at Forrester Creations, but Hope and Carter clearly don't trust her.